In this lesson, you'll be creating a mashup composition using 2 or more familiar melodies. Okay, for this lesson, I'm assuming you are already familiar with the Noteflight editor and you know how to set up a score for your instrument. So be sure that you've turned off concert pitch, you've selected the correct instrument part, you've also made sure that it's the correct time signature and the correct key signature. Now, for a mashup composition, you're taking 2 or more existing melodies and combining them to make one new melody. So the melodies I'll be using are the Itsy Bitsy Spider and Hot Cross Buns. You can use any 2 melodies that you know how to notate, maybe from a method book, from one of your ensemble pieces, whatever you can find. So I'm going to give my new piece a title, Hot Cross Spiders. And now it's time to begin. I'm going to start by using a little bit of the melody from the Itsy Bitsy Spider at the beginning. Now I'm going to switch over to the melody from Hot Cross Buns. Now I'll go back and do a little bit more of the melody from the Itsy Bitsy Spider. But I think I'll stop here and go back to Hot Cross Buns. And maybe I'll have some rest before I continue on with Hot Cross Buns. Maybe now I'm going to start switching back to the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Low, and maybe I'll even end it as a whole note. Okay, so now I've inputted parts of the song from both Hot Cross Buns and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Let's go back to the beginning now and see what it sounds like. So I'm going to select the beginning. I'm going to go up to my play button and listen to it. Okay, and there's my melody. At this point, if there was something that you wanted to change, you could easily do that. For example, if you wanted to change a pitch, you would simply click on that note. You could either use your arrow keys to move it somewhere else. You could also just use your mouse and drag it somewhere else. You have those options. So if there's any pitches that you wanted to change, go ahead and make them. Now, at this point, since this is a mashup, you have some choices. You can add dynamics if you want. You can add articulations. You can change the tempo. You can do things to make this more musical. So at this point, I really do encourage you to use those tools. In fact, I'm going to go down to my dynamics menu and add in some dynamics. So let's start here at the beginning. I'm going to put in, we'll start the piece mezzo forte. And here, I'd like to switch it to maybe piano. And then let's say right about here, we're going to put in a crescendo to the end forte. And now I have some dynamic in my piece. Maybe this is a good time to also add some articulations, whether I want to add slurs or accents and staccatos. I think I'm going to go here and add some staccatos to these notes. And then I think a slur might sound nice here. The final thing that you might want to add to your song are lyrics. So to add lyrics, you're going to look for your text menu. And we'll use the lyrics tool, which is the la with the dash next to it. So we're starting by selecting our first note. We're going to click on that lyrics tool, and you'll notice the cursor is now blinking on top of the first note. So you're going to type in the first word or syllable that goes along with that first note. And you hit the space bar, and it'll bring you over to the next note. Space bar, I started by putting some of the lyrics from Itsy Bitsy Spider, and then I'm moving over the hot cross buns. When I get to the rest, if I simply hit the space bar, it'll indicate that there's no words that go with that part of it. So you can add lyrics that way. Once your song is finished, you've have all the notes, all the rhythms, you've added all the musical expression that you would like to add, you've added lyrics if you would like. The final step is to make sure that you can play it or sing it. So get your instrument or just get your singing voice ready and go ahead and try to perform your new creation.